I'm Mishima Yuki, and you're listening to the Giant Sword Podcast, home of the second biggest group of Phantom Thieves ever. The first being me. Keck.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Giant Sword Podcast. I'm your party leader, Nicklin. Joining me today is Taylor White.
What up?
And Shadow Elite.
What's up, people? How you guys doing?
What's up, everyone? It's been a long time. It's been 2 months, pretty much. I'm sorry. Me and Shadow recorded an episode, and I did not release it. I am so sorry about that. Life kind of...
Bad Nick.
Life kind of got in the way. It's still in the ether. It's still there. So if you guys want me to release it, I'll release a lost episode.
Well, now you got it. You can't just say that and say...
I know, right? You really should.
It was a good episode. It was fun. Good questions. So I will release it, but I don't know when. Yeah, guys, how's everything been? I mean, Taylor, you have been on for about, 4 or 5 months. What have you been up to?
Just, business is getting busy. We just signed our biggest project yet, which is awesome. So just trying to keep on top of that. Yeah, just pretty much that. And then last year, at the end of the year, I put out my Fire Emblem retrospective. And so I'm kind of taking a break from putting out bigger videos because that was such a big project and it took up so much time that it just really wore me out. So I'm kind of trying to just catch my breath a little bit with stuff like that.
You're doing your little Twitter videos.
Yeah, I want to keep making stuff, but those don't take a long time to make. So just something fun to put out there,
Yeah. And Shadow, how about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Nothing major. I'm just working, coming home and working. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing really big going on my end. But, yeah,
that's the same thing with me. Just working, and that's what's taking up most of my time. That's why I haven't been doing this. And, now that the holiday season's over and inventory's done, I'm set to do
goddamn, I hate inventory.
Yeah.
When I used to work in those fields that had inventory days, I dreaded that stuff.
It was the worst. The worst.
Yeah.
I remember one time where we had inventory. I don't know how it works with you guys, but we had inventory and the district manager came, and that was the worst thing ever. I don't know.
Because you're always on edge.
Yeah, you're always on edge. And then one of the other managers that was there, she was being really antsy. Every little thing had to be perfect. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I'd rather have worked the Black Friday or something like that.
Mine was just, since my schedule is always early morning, so I had to wake up at 3 and then I work until 12:30. And there was this, since Thursday I was working that shift until Friday, which was I worked at 7:30 to 4 a.m. So I did an overnight. So it was early morning to overnight, and it really screwed up everything. I was my sleep schedule's all messed up now.
I mean, at least that paycheck's gonna look nice.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good paycheck. It's gonna go all towards bills.
Don't you hate that? You be working crazy, and then you realize wait a minute, I gotta pay these bills right now.
Oops, yeah.
I hate when that happens. That's why I structure my stuff to make sure that I have at least one paycheck that's free.
I have two.
That's nice.
Yeah, I have 2 payments I have to make now. So one paycheck is rent and all that stuff, and the other paycheck is car payment.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
All right, so JRPG news. Shadow pretty much predicted the future and called all these delays. I think every single one came true. Even the Persona 5 one came true, right? That one's also got delayed.
No, not yet. It hasn't. That one hasn't got delayed yet.
I thought it got.
There's still time to get delayed. Though.
Yeah,
it's still some time. I thought that if we didn't get any new information by the second week of February, it's guaranteed to get a delay. But we got a trailer, so it might actually still come out.
Yeah.
But I'm still kind of banking on a delay, but not as strong at this point.
Is that the big Final Fantasy VII delay? How do you feel about that?
At first, see, here's the thing about the delays that we're getting, right? is that everybody is like they're all cool with it. Everybody's cool with these delays. But the thing about it is that it's the same excuse that we have been getting over and over again. And it's like the perfect defense, like the perfect play. Like they're saying that, oh, we need to make the game better. How can you complain about that? You can't complain about that. The company needs more time to make the game better for us. You can't complain about it. But the thing about it is that it's the same excuse from each and every company. And it's like you also have that with that excuse, you have the fans like playing defense for you at that point. For anybody who's saying that, oh, I can't believe it's delayed. Well, would you rather them have us a terrible game? Like, no, they're trying to make the game better for us. Okay, after all these delays, I better not see a single one of these games get below an 85 on Metacritic.
Yeah, because when they get below that, that's when you're just like, what were you doing for that delay?
Exactly, yeah. Well, what was that delay for? Nothing. I think these delays are honestly for, like, business reasons, like it's the end of the fiscal year for some of these companies. Or maybe it's better just strategically to release the game during that time for the best sales or whatever. Because Final Fantasy VII only got delayed by a month, and that's not a big deal. But then I think to myself, well, what can they honestly do within a month? I guess they can go for more playtesting. I guess like I don't know how many people are on a playtest team, but I guess 10 of them. There's 10 of them, I'm assuming, or something like that, for example. And like 8 of them find bugs. They probably got to be like, okay, we need to replay the entire game over again to see what things have affected what. All right, so I guess maybe another round play testing it needs, because I can't believe that they can't have to add anything to the game. So I guess, yeah, it's quality assurance, but still at the same time, it's like you probably knew that you needed this delay from the beginning.
Bug squishing.
Yeah, I mean, I think with stuff like that, I remember when a similar delay happened to The Last of Us, they said, oh, that last month is what made the game go from great to amazing or whatever. So I think it's probably little things like balance, especially in an RPG. RPGs are so hard to balance. Like, are you getting enough XP? Do you get too overpowered if you grind? La la la. And this is they're doing a lot more with Midgar, so maybe they just feel like they want the right experience balance and the right amount of enemies, and they do enough damage. I mean, balancing an RPG seems like a nightmare. I mean, I remember when, I'm sure Nick knows this all too well, when we used to try to make RPG Maker games, that was the hardest part, was trying to balance it. So
it's like the monsters are either extremely hard or you kill everyone in one hit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what the hell? What was it?
That's interesting, because I'm predicting Final Fantasy VII Remake to be pretty much really easy, just like Kingdom Hearts. I think they want this game to make sure this game is accessible to everybody, so I'm pretty much banking on it to be easy.
Yeah, that would. I think you're right. Unfortunately, I'm hoping they at least throw a hard difficulty in if they decide to do that, because that has been a trend that I'm not a fan of. Is like JRPGs are getting way too easy lately.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that either it's normal or they add a hard difficulty if they're going to keep it easy.
It needs to get easy once you figure out how to exploit the systems, like Final Fantasy Tactics. Tactics is impossible unless you know what to do.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's part of the learning, right? That's part of the game. So I think that should be rewarded, if anything.
Yeah. That's how I feel. I feel like Shin Megami Tensei games, they teach you through failure. Like you literally got to go and do a lot of trial and error in order to progress in those games. I'm seeing that with Nocturne. I'm seeing that with SMT4. Apocalypse is the same way. They like, the tutorial is the beginning of the game. It's not even a tutorial because they don't even tell you anything. They just throw you into the thick of it, and they'll give you enemies that are like buffing themselves up or giving you status elements. It's like it's teaching you that you should probably get some enemies with these status, with these buffs and debuff skills and stuff like that, because they're available for fusion at the time. So you should probably get them.
Because Shin Megami Tensei is all about catching demons, right? And that they fight about you.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part.
Trying to remember how that game goes.
Yeah, you talk to demons, you fuse them, and you use them in battle. So yeah, it sounds like Pokemon when I say that out loud, but yeah, it's pretty much like that.
Demon Pokemon.
Yeah.
It just sounds like Persona to me.
I mean, it technically is Persona. SMT is Persona, unless Atlas wants to say otherwise.
Wait, does it still say Shin Megami Tensei Persona 5? Or
Absolutely not.
No, it doesn't.
It just says Persona 5 now.
Yeah, it just says Persona 5 now.
They dropped that after Persona 4, I think, because even it's not Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4 Golden, it's just Persona 4 Golden. So I think
exactly. Yep.
But it is Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4 though on the PS2.
Right? Yeah. The original version it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but they dropped that completely. They don't want people. I guess they wanted to separate them, but they're still SMT.
Yeah. What else got delayed? It kind of slipped in my mind.
Dying Light got delayed indefinitely.
Cyberpunk. I mean, no JRPGs, but Cyberpunk, that Marvel Avengers game. I'm trying to think if there was other JRPGs that got delayed.
I don't think any other JRPGs got delayed but Final Fantasy VII.
Hold on, I have a list for the year I made, so let me pull it up because I was. Oh, it was a Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail got delayed.
Oh, right. Fairy Tail got delayed.
How
For
big
that
was-
game, I'm sorry. For that game, I don't expect anything from that game, to be honest. like honestly, I think that game is gonna be a solid 660 on Metacritic. But I guess to delay it, they want to, I guess, make it better. I don't know. When was it delayed to? Is it indefinitely or is it September?
I want to say sometime in September. Let me look it up. Fairy Tail.
When was it? When was it supposed to come out?
Supposed to come out in March. It got delayed to June 25th.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's a sizable delay.
Good 3 months. See, that to me, when you delay it that far, that to me that says like there's a content problem because like when you get delayed a month, that's like let's fix the little things to really polish it. But when you get delayed that far, that seems like there might be bigger problems. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's made by the Gus team, and they outside of Atelier, their games are not super great. Like I played Knights of Azure. Granted, this was on Switch, so maybe the Switch port was just bad. But I played Knights of Azure on Switch. That thing crashed like every 30 minutes, like clockwork. It was crazy. So,
Yeah, their games aren't really that great, especially their ports for the most part.
yeah. And then like a couple of years ago, Nick might remember this. I got Atelier Maruru for Switch, and there was a bug in the game. Some story moment would just crash the game every time. And so I'm like, well, I guess I can't play the game now. Excuse me. They eventually patched it, but I mean, by the time they patched it, I was on to something else and I didn't want to play it anymore, you know? So that feels like wasted money, you know?
Yeah, wasted time too.
I ran into that once, and it's not even a bug in the game. It's a bug in emulation. I was playing Legend of Legaia on the PS3, and there is this moment at the end of the game where you have to go into like this, go into this mirror world, and every time you get into that cutscene, it just crashes. Just done, crashes. And I'm like, what the heck?
I remember that. Yeah, that sucks.
I'm like, what the hell? What am I supposed to do? And I read online that PS3, you can't play it on PS3 or you're gonna get that bug. You have to play it on PS1.
You can't skip the cutscene, I guess?
You can't skip it.
Ouch.
Wow.
Ouch.
So I have never beaten that game because I spent like 20, 30 hours on it, and then I'm like, well, that's it. Great game, by the way. Classic.
I hate this.
You know, okay, so Wonderful 101's getting a remaster because they did a Kickstarter, right?
Right.
When was this Kickstarter released?
I want to say it was like last week.
Really?
It was Monday, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And it got everything it needed within like what, a day or two? Which is absolutely ridiculous because that game, which there's nothing against Wonderful 101 at all. Like I didn't play it myself, but I think it's a good game. But it has a sizable following to get that much support within 2 days. And yet Xenosaga HD Collection can't. Or it wouldn't be profitable. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Because in my mind, Wonderful 101 is a much smaller game than the Xenosaga games are. I mean, that's just for me. Like, I mean, it was a niche game on a niche platform, and there seems to be a much bigger potential fan base for Xenosaga than there would be for Wonderful 101. Because I played Wonderful 101, and that game is just really cumbersome because you have to draw, like every time you transform your group of little guys into a different weapon, you have to like draw it on the Wii U gamepad, and it slows the game down. But like Xenosaga, it's like, you know, I know it's cutscene heavy. I've never played it before, but it's pretty cutscene heavy, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's like hour-long cutscenes. It's like Metal Gear. It's like Metal Gear cutscenes for the part. It's ridiculous. And watch, I'm telling you, when that game gets an HD remaster, you're gonna see Kotaku articles saying the cutscenes in this game is way too long. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
And the women are scantily clad.
Not really. No, Shion, Cosmos. No, not really. I wouldn't say that.
Okay, they're too sexy. Is that better?
Still, except for Cosmos. Cosmos, I wouldn't even consider Cosmos sexy, to be honest.
So I remember seeing a tweet from you, Shadow, saying that Xenosaga needs to do a Kickstarter now.
Yeah. If Wonderful 101 can get this much support, there is no reason Xenosaga can't. Absolutely no reason why Xenosaga can't. I don't know, man. This is Switch and Nintendo fanboys at their best. When they want something, they will support it no matter what. So I'm saying the first thing they need to do is say that this is available. This is going to be for Switch. Like let it be on Switch first, and then you can go to other platforms just to make sure we get it. But because if you say that, the Nintendo fans will be like, okay, here's my money. They don't even care. Nothing against Nintendo fans. It's just that's the way I've seen you guys operate. But yeah, there's really no reason why Xenosaga can't get funded for a remaster or the HD collection at this point.
There's 3 games, right?
Yeah, there's 3 games. Yeah.
I almost wonder if it's a weird pride thing. Like to me, it's really weird that a game of the scope of Wonderful 101 requires a Kickstarter. Like, who even does Kickstarters anymore? You know what I mean? But maybe this is like a weird little renaissance. Maybe people will be like, oh, well, like I would kickstart the hell out of like a Final Fantasy Tactics remaster or something like that if they did that. And they're like, well, we don't know if people want it. That's a good way to prove it, I guess.
Yeah. Gauge interest.
And now it's going to be... Just pray it doesn't become the next Mighty Number 9.
Oh, I hope not. Or Shizume 3 or whatever it's called.
Shenmue.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Apologies. But yeah, I heard that one wasn't that great either.
Really?
That's what I heard. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Like most Kickstarter games that I've seen, except for like Shovel Knight or something like that, the ones I'm interested in, they never come out on time or they end up being terrible.
Yeah, the only other game I can think of that was Kickstarted that turned out to be pretty good was what was that last Shantae game? Shantae Half Genie Hero, I think it was called. Yeah, that game was awesome. But other than that, yeah, you're totally right. Like I kickstarted Mighty Number 9 at like a pretty high level, and it was not what we all wanted.
So I kickstarted Mighty Number 9. I kickstarted Star Citizen. I kickstarted BattleTech, but BattleTech was actually really good. I kickstarted Heavy Gear. It never came out.
Oh really? Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
I
Did
got
you get your money back?
No, I got to play it, but it never it never finished. Like they became bankrupt or something. Something happened. And 7 Days to Die, which is a good game, but it's definitely like an early access game.
It's like one of the ones that I know is I think it's called Soul Saga or Soul Gem or something like that. It's supposed to be like a really old school RPG, but I think it was funded in 2014. It still hasn't come out yet, and the creator keeps saying that, oh, I'm gonna release early access this year. A year goes by, nothing. Oh, I'm gonna release a demo in a couple of months. A couple of months go by, nothing. It's like, bruh. And then I think he recently said that he's gonna release something. I think this month, because I think it was January that I said it. And then I went on the Steam forums or message boards, and when he said that, I said, "Dude, nothing against you, but I will believe it when I see it." Because I don't believe you at this point. The game was funded in 2014. It's 2020.
Is it Modaka Magica Soul Gem?
No,
no.
It's called. I think it's called. Let me look at my Steam wish list real quick. Yeah, it's called Soul Saga.
Soul Saga. A JRPG inspired by PlayStation. It's on Steam. I think I remember seeing this.
Oh, Disaster Cake. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember this one. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing against the guy because the guy's pretty active on the Steam message boards. It's just that, bruh. This game was funded in like 2014. What's going on here?
Oh man, I remember this one. I look at this art and I remember those character designs. But yeah, it's been some time, my friend.
Yeah, I was like, I know you're probably only one person, but You keep making promises and then you keep pushing it back. So it's like, this is why I don't fund Kickstarter stuff.
Wait, so it's this project is being made by one guy?
I don't know. It's not Disaster Cake. I don't know if that's one person or that's just a company or something like that.
Because taking on a JRPG as one guy, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, that it really is. Don't get me wrong. It's been a while and you haven't gotten out that early access, which I'm pretty sure you promised was going to come out like 2 years ago. So it's like, maybe they don't have their priorities straight, or maybe there's just a lack of accountability. Maybe when you have a publisher, for example, like Activision on you, there's more urgency, I guess you could say, to get the game out. But maybe the quality of the game wouldn't be that good. But at least then, when you know you have something backing you, like a publisher backing you, you are accountable to get the game out.
Yeah.
Kickstarter, I don't think they really have that urgency, you know?
Other than pissing off your fans.
Yeah, exactly. And then giving them excuses like, oh, we're working hard on the game for you. And if you say that, of course, they're not going to get mad at you.
Yeah, with Kickstarters, I feel like it comes down into two camps. They totally underestimate what it costs to make a game. Because I was looking at the Kickstarter for Xenosaga, and it was only like 100-something thousand. Like, that's not really all that much when you think about it. That's like maybe a year's worth of salary for two people, you know? And so either they're totally underestimating what it costs to make a game, or what I think some companies do is they do a Kickstarter to gauge interest, and then a publisher will come later. So when you fund your game, and it was only at like 60,000 or whatever, but then you don't get a publisher, you're like, ah, crap, now we don't have any money to make this game that we promised. So you're kind of stuck in this weird position. So I'm wondering if that's what happened. Not that it justifies what they did or anything like that. Like, people paid money, so they should get what they paid for. But I'm wondering if that's kind of what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, with that game, if it's taking this long to get out in early access, when is the full game going to come out? Or is it just going to stay in early access? It's ridiculous. Not after this long. Not after 2014. I think after a couple of years, I can start bitching, you know?
Yeah.
Come on now.
It's been 6 years.
It's justified at this point.
Yeah. Let's make sure I'm around that 2014. So I don't want people listening to this podcast to be like, oh, no, shit, it was actually 2015. Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it says right here, estimated delivery July 2014.
Wow.
Exactly. You hate to see it.
Yeah, dude, I remember the guys that did, was it Concept? The guys that did Mighty Number 9, they did another Kickstarter for a game called Red Ash that was supposed to be like Mega Man Legends. I haven't heard anything from that. Although I think it did meet their Kickstarter goal, now that I remember.
No, but they have a publisher.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, they have a publisher, and they were going to make an anime. I think they made a couple shorts.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I thought it got canceled.
I think it did.
They weren't done with Mighty Number 9, and they were trying to get another game. I was like, how are you doing this? Because Mighty Number 9 also took forever.
Yeah. They just that whole project was just mismanaged, really bad.
Completely and utterly.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for people.
All right, so during this break of ours, Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind came out. Have you guys even touched it at all?
Nope.
I'm supposed to get it because I borrowed a friend's Kingdom Hearts 3 after I traded my in because I was so dissatisfied with Kingdom Hearts 3. But I haven't gotten the DLC just yet because like I'm kind of like $30 is kind of a lot, and I'm like I don't really want to spend $30 on this DLC when it's only like $8. But I'm really curious to hear your experience with it.
It is definitely not worth $30.
Okay.
So what it is it's just a retelling of the end of the game. The last scenes. You have to find Kairi, so Sora has to go. I'm going to spoil it kind of for you. Is that all right?
I'm not going to play it. So, I mean, if you want to spoil, that's up to you.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm not going to like. Well, if you played the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, you know how Remind ends.
Okay.
So you go back, and Sora goes back in time to save Kairi, and the only way to save Kairi is to go through everyone's hearts to find the exact moment where you could find Kairi's heart, which I don't know what the hell's going on.
I was like, what?
What does that even
Where did
mean?
her heart go? Like, what?
Because she got crystallized and, you know,
Oh,
at the end, right?
Okay.
So you go through everyone's hearts, right? And when you go through their hearts, you could either play as them or Sora, and you do their boss battle, which is pretty much all the boss battles that you fought at the end of the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my god.
So now, you figure out why the ending happened, right? I'm not going to spoil the ending, because you have to make to go back in time and alter fate. Sora's done it so many times that he's going to pay the ultimate price. That's what they said. So he's like, so yeah, he was like, if he goes back in time again, he's going to, you know, pay a price. And he's like, I don't care. I need to save Kairi. And then that's
That's the end. That's pretty much it.
That's the end of. That's the end. They don't go past the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, okay.
Because it ends just like it, except you see in the cutscene, you know, the ending cutscene with the beach and everything. You see a little bit of added scenes of Sora and Kairi around in the same areas. And then after that, they have another DLC that unlocks called Test Your Limit or something like that, or Push Your Limits, and it's just like you fight hard battles of bosses, which I tried, and you know how Kingdom Hearts 3 is really easy?
Yeah.
This one you just get two-shotted, and I'm like, okay, the game didn't prepare me for any of this, I'm not going to play this. But you see Craftium and Oz playing it, and they're trying it. I think Craftium got pretty far.
So does the story related part of DLC does that make up for the ending of the Kingdom Hearts 3? Did they fix it for the most part?
I mean, they add more story. You know, they added more things to it, and it's like, oh, you get to see these characters a little bit more, and it kind of fleshes out some of the characters, but it's still not enough. I was expecting to explore different worlds and stuff like that, like maybe like 2 worlds for the price we're paying, $30. Add like new worlds to explore with these characters.
If you had the choice, how much would it be?
$10.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow.
That's what I felt like. I was playing it, and I'm like, is this really it? I'm not exploring, I'm just doing battles. And you know, people were like, oh, they're going to be the Final Fantasy characters are going to be back in the game and everything.
Oh yeah, what happened with that?
They're not even in Remind.
What?
They're in the
Wow. I'm done. I'm done. Y'all see this game? Fuck this game. Okay?
That should be the thumbnail, just.
All right. I'm sorry. I had to do that.
Yeah, so they're in the Push Your Limits part. They're not even in Remind.
Oh, okay.
So they're there, but they're like, oh, we need to find Sora. We need to look. How about we have Sora? We have data of Sora in this computer. How about we make him fight these characters, and maybe we'll go find out where he is. Okay.
Wow. Who's in it? Like, what Final Fantasy characters in it?
Leon. What's her?
So Squall.
Yuffie. Sid,
okay.
and Aerith.
That's it. We
Yeah.
don't see Cloud. We won't get a Sephiroth battle. What's
Nope.
wrong with people?
You know, you just see the Traverse Town crew.
Oh, okay.
And they're in what's it called? What's the main hub in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Twilight Town?
Yeah.
Not Twilight Town, the other one.
Hollow Bastion?
Hollow Bastion, that's where they're at.
Hollow Bastion, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Which they should have been there at the beginning, but
What's it, Radiant Garden now, I think that's what's called? I don't remember.
Yeah. There's a couple
yeah.
of names for it. Yeah, there is a couple of names for it.
But yeah, they show that place. Like, oh, sweet, we get to explore New World? No. Just Mega Man style, pick your boss.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. All that for $30. Okay. You know what's sad about this? Is that Square Enix is coming out with a complete package that has 2.8, 1.5, whatever, all that good stuff, and Kingdom Hearts 3, but it doesn't come with DLC. So you know they're still going to put out another complete package that has DLC.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. Yeah, they're putting out that super mega pack with everything, and just for them to do it again later.
Yeah. You know, first of all they're going to do is come out with Kingdom Hearts 3 Complete Edition. Just by itself. That comes with DLC. And then probably in 2021, beginning of 2021, we'll get the entire package with everything, including the DLC. Yeah. I'm messing the shit out of people.
So I don't know if there's like a secret ending at the end of finishing the Limit Cut one. The Limit Cut episode. Because you have to fight all these bosses, and I'm like, I'm not going to take the time to do this.
Have you seen the super secret ending? That thing is wild, dude. Have you seen that?
What's the super secret ending?
Oh my god. Okay, so the super secret ending is you fight the guy from... okay, I'm going to spoil the heck out of it. I'm guessing you guys don't care?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, no, wait. We're going to spoil it. I'm gonna censor it. Okay, go.
Okay, so what happens is you fight the guy from that, like, fake game in Kingdom Hearts 3. You fight him. Okay, and then after you beat him, there's a cutscene that plays, and the cutscene is literally the old Versus 13 trailer where he's in the car and he's like, my mind can't let go. And he's looking out the way. I'm not even kidding. It's literally, they just took Noctis out and they put the guy from Verum Rex and they put him in the cutscene. It's literally shot for shot the same trailer. They're not even trying to pretend.
I'm not. No words right now.
Were they fighting a behemoth in there too?
I mean, it's just the part with him in the car, but like if you followed Versus 13, you're just like, you can't be serious.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because like people were joking when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, like, oh, it's Nomura's revenge tour for not being able to finish Versus 13, and we were all joking, but like, no, that's like literally what happened.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's so crazy. I was watching, I'm like, you can't be... I couldn't believe it.
That's it. That's all we got. Just that trailer with just the Verum Rex character. Oh man.
Yeah.
I remember they said that they're going to announce a brand new Kingdom Hearts game really soon. That's coming out really soon, and I hope it's not the mobile game. I hope it's like a Verum Rex game.
I think it's a mobile game or something like that. That's the last thing I saw.
Yeah, it's like Xeonorts.
Yeah, Xeonorts. Yeah, thing. Okay. Yeah, when you're using younger Xehanort.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Again, I thought we were done with Xehanort.
I know.
He's never dead. You can always go back in time, and you know.
I really thought
prequels, interquels, half-day quels. You know.
Games that don't even happen.
Kingdom Hearts is such a mess.
It really is, man. I played Tetsuya Nomura. I just hope Final Fantasy VII is good. That's all.
You know why Kingdom Hearts is such a mess? Because they probably had to make a game every so often to keep the Disney license.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's happening. I think that's why they keep putting out these remasters, because that counts as like a new game or whatever.
That's true.
So, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that might be it.
Speaking of remasters, what about this Persona 5 Scramble thing that we're talking about?
Yeah.
I know it's not even a remasters. I was just doing a really random segue.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about it, Shadow, because I actually really enjoy Warriors games. I put 150 hours into Fire Emblem Warriors.
Wow.
Yeah, I put way too much time in that game. But and I bought all the DLC, and yeah, so I'm really curious to see, because people were like, oh yeah, this is like more like Persona 5 2 than a Warriors game. I'm like, you're just saying that, but yeah,
there's merit to what they're saying.
Okay.
This is definitely a sequel to Persona 5. Story-wise, by itself, this takes place after the Persona 5. And it's literally just Persona 5, just in a different gameplay style. And that's just the warrior style. And it's got a lot of the Persona 5 stuff that you know and love, like all the style, all the substance, characters you'll be able to play as. You play as the entire party of the Phantom Thieves and whatnot. But it's all done with an actual budget instead of being a spin-off game. You know, I don't know how to describe it really. This is definitely like Persona 5 2. Like, there's nothing else I can say, but it takes place right after Persona 5, and it's going in another direction. I guess that's not Persona 5 at the same time. But it's really good. It's really good. Like, you gotta play it for yourself. Get that Japanese PSN account and play it. Okay. Yeah, because you also have you got all your Persona 5 stuff. It's basically Persona 5 Warriors game for the most part. All out attacks, weakness system. You'll be able to get demons, recruit demons, and you can change it to them when you want to do your attack skills. A lot of traversing around the area. You'll be able to jump from one platform to another. The game, it looks like a full price mainline game for the most part. Like, there's nothing about it that looks cheap.
Here's the big question that it's on everyone's mind: cameos. Any?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen any cameo. I don't think there is going to be any cameos for the most part. There might. Because I remember one time when somebody said something about the intro of the game having like yellow, blue, and red or something like that. That stood for Persona 4 and Persona 3. So maybe we might get like Persona 3 and 4 DLC characters, which wouldn't surprise me. That'd be pretty cool. But I honestly think that was a reach, but whatever. If that happens, that's great. But there might be some cameos here and there.
That would be my guess, is if they do, like, if it sells well and they want to do DLC while they're out of characters, because there's only so many characters. Because they made one up, right? There's some like girl with yo-yos or something.
Yeah, she's an original character. Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if they're gonna add, what's her name, Kasumi from Persona 5 Royal. I wonder if she's in the game.
I thought she is. I thought I saw a trailer from her.
Nah, she. I don't think she's been in the game for Scramble. No.
Oh, really?
But I wouldn't be surprised. If it was a DLC for that, it would definitely be her first. I think before anybody else.
Yeah, her, and then like it makes total sense. Like $20 for all the Persona 4 characters, $20 for all the Persona 3 or what, I don't know, however they want to price it. But I think that would be super cool, because that's kind of what they did with Fire Emblem Warriors. What they would do is they would release 3 characters with new maps. In Fire Emblem Warriors, they call it history mode. So like once you beat the story, there's like little objective maps where it's like kill 1,000 guys in a time limit or whatever. So they have like these extra maps that you can do after you beat the game.
Commit genocide.
So I'm wondering, what's that?
Commit genocide.
That's right. I mean, that's what those games are. You're killing like hundreds of thousands of guys every battle. So no, that's cool to hear. Yeah, I watched a couple other videos, and that seems like what everybody's been saying is it's like, because you walk around town and stuff, right?
You do like normal. Yeah, like when you're outside of a battle in Persona 5, it's literally like you're just walking out. You're walking in around the Tokyo area, whatever they are, and it looks basically the same. Like if you told me that this was Persona 5, I would have said, yeah, this is Persona 5. Then tell me it's Scramble, I would be like, oh, this is basically the same thing for the most part. So I don't know how many of those areas are going to be in the game, but it seems like there's also like a calendar system as well. So I don't know. The game should be good.
So
yeah, I'm excited, man. I love. You know what's weird? I think I'm more excited for that than I am for Royal, because as Royal gets closer and closer, I'm like, I don't really know if I'm that excited to play it, even though it's been a while since I played it. But I just don't. I don't know how excited I am for it.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. After playing this demo, I have to question that as well.
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute, I might want this game more. If somebody had to ask me if I wanted Persona 5 Warrior or Scramble, I'd be like, I kind of low-key want Scramble at this point, because it's nice. Something new. And, well, Persona 5 Warrior is new and they're adding new stuff, but this one is almost an entirely different beast for the most part. So,
all right, so you guys can play Scramble, I'll play Royal.
There you go.
I'm still going to play Scramble. I'm still going to play Royal like crazy, so...
Yeah, I'll get to it at some point. The problem now is that it's bumping up against Resident Evil 3 and Final Fantasy 7 remake. So I'm like, I can wait. I'll buy it cheaper in like 2 months or whatever.
Okay, it's not a priority for you.
Yeah. Well, because like it comes out March 31st. There's no way I'm going to beat that before Resident Evil 3 and Final Fantasy 7 remake come out. Like that's just not going to happen because that game's like 100 hours. So I'd rather just wait till it's cheaper. So
yeah, that's true. I'm gonna get everything.
Nice.
I mean, Resident Evil 3, you could burn through that.
Yeah, you can probably get through that in 1 week, probably.
Yeah, that game's gonna be short, like 10 hours or something like that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get Royal, and then for a couple of days. Then when Resident Evil 3 comes out, I'm gonna drop it, and then play that, beat the crap out of it, play it multiple times, do a whole bunch of mod runs, and then go back to Persona 5 Royal. Then hopefully I should. Yeah. Well, wait. Final Fantasy 7 comes back out in the beginning of April, right?
Yeah, it's April 10th, I think.
Shit, that is not.
Yeah, see, that's my problem. Yeah. I was like, they're all within like 2 weeks.
Oh, damn, you might be right. Yeah, okay, so I'm definitely not going to beat Persona 5 Royal in a week. Wow, yeah, I'm going to have to. Damn, what the freak? When does Resident Evil 3 come out?
April 3rd or 4th.
What?
Let's look at the calendar. Yeah, it's whatever that Tuesday is. So I think it's the
April 3rd.
April 3rd, yeah, that Friday, yeah.
And I got Doom Eternal to play.
The greatest JRPG of them all.
I know.
Okay, guys, if you hear me around that time saying I don't have anything to play, like, just call me out on my bullshit.
That's true. There's just too much to play at that point.
Yeah, now, oh man, I'm gonna have to put for some. Man, I'm gonna have to. Damn.
Wait, Final Fantasy 7 remake is coming out. What day now? April 10th.
The 10th, I believe. Yeah,
April 10th. Yeah.
That's an NorCal Regionals. I'm not gonna be able to play it.
For what?
I'll tell you in a bit.
Oh, this guy.
So yeah, Persona 5 Scramble. You guys kind of got me excited for it.
I might have to put money down for these games right now, so I don't get hit all at once.
It's bam, 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 bam. And then you gotta save for the PS5.
Oh yeah, that's right too. Well, I need a JRPG for the PS5 in order to get me. So as soon as they announce a JRPG for that, I'll be there.
Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy
Remake 2.
Final Fantasy 16.
That's not coming out until like 2023.
Yeah, we got some time to wait for that one.
See that trailer you saw in Kingdom Hearts Remind is actually Final Fantasy 16.
I would actually be mad if that was 16, not because I don't want that game, because that would be cool to make a game out of that. I want them to go old school, keep it like medieval fantasy, like go back to
Crystals
9
and magic.
And yeah, exactly. And I the guy that directs Final Fantasy 14, the MMO. I forget what his name is. Yoshi P, they call him. He even said, he's like, I think the next Final Fantasy should be go back to medieval or whatever. So I think that's what they're gonna do.
I mean, like I would enjoy if they still kept in modern settings if they know how to do it right. Because when Final Fantasy 15, it wasn't done all that well, to me.
Yeah, they were working with like a shell of a game because I think they felt compelled to deliver that game even if it wasn't good. But I agree that game was not what it could be.
That is a perfect description of Final Fantasy 15. A shell of a game. So that's exactly what it felt like.
I don't know how people say it's like their favorite Final Fantasy. I was like, did you start gaming now? Like that could be my only explanation for it. Like I'm not saying like I disrespect your opinion, but it's not a good game. Like I don't know how you can think it's a good game, especially when it first came out. Forget it. It was terrible.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I definitely had Stockholm syndrome with it, or I was just like, I've been waiting for so long, it's going to be good, and I'm going to like it whether it is or not. And I ended up getting the platinum.
Yeah, you got the platinum.
I got the platinum, which was fun. I enjoyed doing it, but like, I feel like now it's a different game. You know, like you have party switching, you can switch between characters and stuff, and all the extra story content and whatever. So I feel like if you play it now, it's like a totally different game in a lot of ways.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that idea I had to make Final Fantasy 15 an actual RPG where you go and explore? Do you remember what I said?
I don't remember.
When it said, I think is what I said, is Noctis actually has to go and find his weapons. So so he has like a sword, right? But then you can explore different dungeons or different like areas to find dungeons, and you're able to, and then you could find like at the end of the dungeon you get one of like his weapons that you can use. So he gets summons his weapons.
It kind of does that. The little spinny glass weapons, you collect those through the game. So is that what you mean?
Yeah. But there wasn't that many, right? There's like extras. I thought there was like 1 or 2 you could find.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think there's like 6 or 8 or something. I can't remember.
That's mandatory that you have to do it to progress the story?
I think you don't have to get any of them to progress the story, but they're out there if you want to go pick them up. Because like obviously I don't even know what that ability is called, but that gets more powerful the more you have. So it's worth going to get.
Don't remember that. All right, so let's move to Smash. Byleth was announced, and now is out. And I remember waking up early, seeing it's like, okay, what's it gonna be? Everyone was like, oh, it's Dante, it's gonna be Dante. I'm so excited, Dante. And it turned out to be another Fire Emblem character, and everyone freaked out. It was hilarious to watch.
I'm gonna say this. That was a great day on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I did nothing at work that day. I was just on Twitter watching reactions like crazy. It was hilarious. The whole thing.
That's awesome.
I feel bad for the people. Like they wanted like anybody else with a Fire Emblem character, and they got a Fire Emblem character, which is crazy. Which I think it was because of the Fire Emblem DLC. They wanted to promote that, I guess, so people could pre-order the DLC now, I guess. But I don't think anybody has a real problem with Byleth being in Smash. Like, it's not like we didn't think it was going to happen eventually down the line. It's just that it shouldn't have been the 5th character for this Fighter Pass. That's it. Yeah. If it was for Fighter Pass 2, the first one, we probably would have been like, okay, fine, whatever. But as his last character for this Fighter Pass, it was really disappointing.
Remember that excuse where they said they made for Rex not being in Smash Brothers?
What's the excuse?
It's like the game wasn't out when we were making the game. So I think they can make Rex now into an actual character.
They can make him now, yeah, definitely, absolutely, no questions asked.
I want to fight people with the power of friendship. All right.
That would be awesome.
That's true.
But yeah, that came out, and they announced a new Fighter Pass, which is cool. And the only reason why we're talking about it on this podcast is because it's a Fire Emblem character.
Exactly. I hope I heard he was mid-tier Byleth, but then somebody said that immediately that somebody won a tournament with Byleth, so I'm like, okay, I guess he's high tier, I guess. But I think, how many Fire Emblem characters does this make? 11 or something like that? I don't know.
A lot. I think there's more Mario characters than Fire Emblem characters.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I think there's also more Pokemon than Fire Emblem characters as well. It's just funny that people are just so like, there's so many Fire Emblem characters when there's actually more for other series. But I mean, I get why they complain because a lot of them play very similarly. Yeah. But Byleth and Robin, and what's the other one? Corrin. They play different. And sword characters are just annoying. All right. So you got a funny question for us, Shadow, about Earthbound, Final Fantasy VI, and Chrono Trigger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did this on my podcast. One gotta go. If one of these games had to go be erased from the annals of history, which would you pick? Final Fantasy VI, Earthbound, or Chrono Trigger?
I think Taylor and I had the same exact answer.
Yeah, probably. So let's obviously Chrono Trigger's got to stay. It's an all-time classic. It still holds up. It's probably the best RPG of that generation. I don't really care for Final Fantasy VI. I didn't play it when it came out, and every time I go back and try to play, I've tried to play it twice now, and it's just not for me. And I don't know. But I get why people would like it. You know, for the time, it must have been mind-blowing. But for me, I just didn't care. every time I hear anything about Earthbound, it just sounds like a nightmare. So for me, it would be Earthbound.
Yeah.
Like the combat seems crazy. Like the game is obtuse. Like I watched the AVGN episode of Earthbound. I was like, wow, I would never ever finish this game ever. I would just get frustrated and turn it off. So I know I would never. So for me, it would be Earthbound.
Okay.
See, I am biased. I have never played Earthbound at all. I've played the other two, so it automatically would be Earthbound. It's like, get that out of here.
Okay. You know, I think that was everybody's response who I asked on my podcast. Yeah, it would be Earthbound for me as well. I've only played a little bit of Earthbound, but I was like, what's so special about this game? I don't know, but yeah, that's what I'm going with. But if it's between Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI, that's a bit tougher for me. I don't have an answer for that, to be honest.
I got an answer for it.
No.
Oh,
Final Fantasy VI.
Oh my god.
it's got to go.
It's got to go.
Yeah, me too. I would go with 6. I just I only beat Chrono Trigger. Literally, I played and beat Chrono Trigger for the first time like 3 years ago, and
Yeah,
I was
same
shocked. I was shocked at how well it held up.
Yeah.
Like there are all these little things like, oh, this is a Super Nintendo game. You can't do this in a Super Nintendo game. And sure enough, all these things that happen. I'm like, wow, stuff like this probably wasn't even happening back then. So. Yeah, I was really blown away when I played it. The only part that's kind of frustrating is you have to jump around time a lot, and I had to use a guide at points because it's a little confusing as to where to go and when to go and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, the combat's great, story's great, the different gameplay elements. Yeah, it was a cool game for sure.
Absolutely.
And once again,
What's your problem? Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to answer your question right now about Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
I'm biased against that because I'm not really into Final Fantasy games. I've only beat 7 and 15.
Okay,
So-
you're safe.
Yeah, so everyone played Final Fantasy when it was getting popularized in the U.S. I played Tales games, so I was on the other side.
Okay. So Taylor, what's your excuse?
I mean, I got introduced to RPGs with 7, so everything from then on, I just gobbled everything of Final Fantasy. So I've beaten Final Fantasy 7 through 15. The only one I would exclude are obviously the MMOs, and then 13-2. I haven't beat 13-2, but every time I go back to play, like playing it is a chore. Like there's so many random battles, like. You try to walk around and do anything, and it just takes forever. Like those old games, they have a real problem with like high encounter rates, and the battles are just kind of boring. So that's my thing. Like I love the story. I love the moments where like the party splits up, and you have to pick what part of the story you want to do first. Like that stuff's really neat. And I think the soundtrack's great. I think it looks awesome. Like how they were able to express emotions with those little sprites was like really cool. But just the act of playing, I just like if they had a speed up mechanic like they've done with all the 7 through 9 remasters, I'd probably play it then. But to me, it's just the combat and the encounter rate was just a little high.
Final Fantasy VI Remake when?
I mean, maybe at some point. I feel like they would go with 9 before 8 or 9 before they would do 6, but who knows?
Please not. I don't care for Final Fantasy not that much. I need to really play it one more time. I tried on like 5 separate occasions to get into Final Fantasy 9, and I just couldn't. So I'm like, I'm gonna give it one last chance. But,
I hear it's a hard one for sure. Like I literally did the same thing. I think I bought that game on 4 different platforms, and that's how long it finally took for me to sit down and beat it. But
You beat it on the Switch, right?
PS4, I think. So if you're gonna like really try to play it, I would try one of the remaster either on Switch or PS4, so you can do the speed up or whatever, just to experience the story because the story's cool.
Okay, I'll try. I'll put it on my list for maybe this year, but this year I just want to be Nocturne. That's about it.
Yeah, I've seen you doing those long Let's Plays on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, this must be a journey for you to try to finish.
It really is. I started a long time ago. I can't keep doing this. I gotta end this game. The only thing about that is because I'm doing everything live stream, even all the grinding. So It's not like I'm taking a break off a stream to do it. So, and I'm trying to up my consistency on it. So, yeah. But it's going to get done.
You know what's funny? Taylor has beat Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy 13 3. Not 2. And I heard that 2 is the best one out of the 3.
That's what I've also heard.
Interesting. I stayed away from Final Fantasy 13 3. I did beat 2. 2 was actually not too bad. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know what compelled you to play Final Fantasy 13 3, Taylor. I just remember waking up early and walking out, and you were just playing, just in your corner on your TV, just playing Final Fantasy 13 3, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I think it came out. I think that came out in 2000, either 13 or 14. And it was one of those times. It kind of reminds me of when I bought White Knight Chronicles 2. I was just like starving for a JRPG. I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy it. So, and the combat was cool. I really liked the combat, but everything else around the game was embarrassing. for it to be a Final Fantasy game, like the story, the production value, it was just all bad. Yeah.
Okay.
You
know what's GOAT though? Time and Eternity.
Oh, there you go. PS3's best JRPG, obviously.
That game was just. It tried to do something different. I'll give it that. It tried to do something different, and I haven't seen it done since. Because if you're gonna do something like that, you need a lot more time than what that game was given.
I still remember Taylor's video on it.
That is like honestly one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I just like went crazy with it, and it's like a comedy video more than anything else. I would go, if people should find that on my channel. It's really funny, I think.
I want to say I still have the game.
Oh, nice.
It's on PS3. Yeah. It's got that stupid sticker crap on it. God damn it.
Gotta get some Gooby gone.
When did I get this? Hold on. I got the receipt in there too.
Wow, nice.
I got this in 2014. Okay.
Okay.
I want to go back and play this game. Because I don't think it may have been that bad. I can't remember.
It just gets repetitive really quick.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, especially with all the animations and stuff like that. You see the same ones over and over again.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then tea time.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to bring back a classic. People who've been listening to this podcast since the beginning know of this Back of the Box, where I'm going to be the host this time because for some reason, whenever we do Back of the Box, it's always a one-sided, to me, I always win. Yep. So I'm going to let these guys battle it out. Which is, what Back of the Box is if you just joining, is I read a back of cover art from a JRPG from any era.
Damn.
And they have to guess which one it is. And I'll give hints if they can't get it, but some of these descriptions are hilarious. They're so vague that you will have no idea. Or somehow someone will get it. Like when I got Jade Cocoon.
That was really random. I remember that. I'm like, wow. You said like 3 words, like in the village, Jade Cocoon.
Okay, so I tried to choose ones that all of you would know.
Okay.
So let's start with something extremely easy.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely easy. All right?
Okay.
An epic adventure across 3 CD-ROMs. What begins as a rebellion against evil becomes much more, and what erupts goes beyond imagination. With vivid landscapes and lush 3D animation and environments, blank multi-million-dollar masterpiece is nothing like ever seen before, and it's only on PlayStation.
Alright, so only on PlayStation. That should be like a PS3 game now.
That's not 7 because I'm playing 7 right now, and that's not what's on the back. So I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 8.
No,
not 8. Okay.
Is it on PS3? Can I say stuff like that?
it's not.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's a PS4 title.
It's across 3 CD-ROMs.
Oh, CD-ROMs. Okay, so it's not. Okay. My fault.
I'll just give you that hint.
It's Final Fantasy 7?
It is Final Fantasy 7.
It is 7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I remember reading the quotes because the quotes say like quite possibly the greatest game of all time.
Yeah, that's
like, all this stuff.
Yeah, quite possibly the greatest game ever made. That's what it says in the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, one for Shadow.
There we go. Let's go.
Let's go a little harder. All right. Armies clash as the world burns. As an inevitable war draws ever closer, you must stand with Blank and his forces, knights, mages, archers, and more, commanding them against the armies, kingdoms, and empires, and the dead themselves.
What was that first sentence again? The fires of war or something?
Armies clash as the world burns.
Armies clash as the world burns.
I want to say Fire Emblem Awakening.
You got it.
Whoa!
Wow. Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
I had a feeling it was a Fire Emblem game when you said like the different classes. I was like, it's gotta be some type of strategy game.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a strategy. I was thinking either that or tactics, but I'm like tactics has something to do with like the zodiac stones and stuff. But yeah, good guess.
There we go.
Okay, this one I think Taylor will get.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe not.
Okay.
Embark on an unforgettable journey. Travel across vast worlds and unravel the threads of an ancient legend in a quest that challenges your courage.
Grandia?
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
I was gonna give that. I was thinking of a Tales game.
Yeah, it sounds like it could have been Zestiria because I'm like
Exactly,
has something to do with
yeah.
like ruins or something.
Yeah, that's exactly the one I was thinking of.
All right. Stand tall and shake the heavens. A mysterious organization is turning the tides of a century-long war with ancient technology. I can't say that next quote. A failed attempt to steal one of these powerful weapons places
Oh,
it
is
in...
it a Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
Nope.
Oh,
Places it in the unwilling hands of young Blank and his dubious allies. Now he is pursued by military governments, royal pirates, spies, the Emperor, and his own forgotten past.
A weapon raise the heavens.
a mysterious organization. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm gonna ask: is it a Xbox 360 game?
It is not.
Okay. Mysterious organization. There's not many organizations in JRPGs I can. Probably organization. I think of Organization 13. Mysterious organization.
Can I go again, or do I have to let Shadow have a?
No, go ahead. You can go.
I'm trying to. Can you read it one more time?
Stand tall and shake the heavens. A mysterious organization is turning the tides of a century-long war with ancient technology. A failed attempt to steal one of these powerful mechanized weapons places it in the unwilling hands of young Blank and his dubious allies. Now he is pursued by military governments, royal pirates, spies, the Emperor, and his own forgotten
I know what it
past.
is.
What is it?
I think I might know what it is.
Yep.
Is it Rogue Galaxy?
It is not.
Damn.
Oh, that's a good guess, though. Mechanized weapon is the one that I'm thinking. Something about the heavens and mechanized weapon. I'm trying to think of a mechanized weapon that you have in any. Is it a PS4 game?
It is not.
Not a PS4 game, not a 360 game.
Explore detailed, fully rotatable polygonal environments.
Okay, well that means it's an older game.
It's an older game. Yeah. I want to say Xenogears.
Xenogears?
That's it, I think.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave it. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yep.
Because the second, they're like the sentence is, A mysterious organization is turning the tides of a century-long war with ancient technology. Giant combat robots known as gears. I'm like, I can't say that.
You can't say that, yeah.
I'm sure Connor is yelling at us through his computer right now. He's our old co-host buddy.
I like this. This is fun.
Yeah, this is a cool game. I like this.
So it's
honestly, wish I thought of this.
So Shadow 3, Taylor 1.
I need to catch up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Farewell! This adventure shall live on in our memories.
That's it?
That's it.
Farewell, this adventure shall live on in our memories. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean, at least gotta give us a platform, man, at least.
It's current generation.
Current generation. That still doesn't really help. Okay. Farewell.
A vivid, richly detailed world. Thrilling real-time battles. Master gathering with the right tools.
Master gathering.
Gathering with the Atelier Ryza?
Yep.
Wow. My mind went to like a Harvest Moon game or something. I was like, what?
So that's the back of the box. It literally just says, farewell, Atelier. This adventure shall live on in our memories.
Okay, I don't know about that, but okay, you got it. That's interesting.
All right.
Wow. Yeah, the gathering thing I got with that one. I had to say it was a synthesis game or something.
All right.
You have any more?
I have a lot.
Okay, cool.
I'm willing to keep going.
All right. Follow the magical journey of a young boy named who enters a beautiful and dangerous parallel world in an attempt to save...
Oh, Nino Kuni.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
Had to get 2, at least. Don't want to embarrass myself here.
This is the best one.
Oh, boy.
Bonds of friendship are eternal. Follow Blank and his friends as they test the bonds of friendship and unravel the mystery behind the War of the Kingdoms.
War of the Kingdoms?
Introduce a new battle system which gives each character 2 unique fighting styles.
I want to say Tales of Hysteria.
No.
Damn.
Battle in real time and change your combos and strategy on the fly.
2 combat styles.
I know, right? That's a
I
big
mean, I would have said Tales of Grace's F.
There you go, yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay. But I'm trying to think of what the 2 combat style. What does that mean?
You know how you go into A arts into B arts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like they have 2 different stances or something.
Yeah,
but
Asbel has 2 different stances.
Okay.
For the 2. Blank wakes up with no memories of who she is in a strange world where 2D games reign supreme. With a little help from her friends, she'll embark on a journey to recover her memories.
Super Neptune RPG.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, wow.
I reviewed that game. That's the only reason I know that. I would have never known those details unless I played it, probably.
She lost her memory?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, she wakes up and she's in 2D land or something.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I haven't played that one.
It's not bad. It's a little janky, but not too bad.
Chosen as the founding members of the esteemed Blank. Blank and his Blank are tasked with rooting out the myriad political troubles that fester just beneath the surface of...
Oh, this is Trails of Cold Steel.
Yep, there you go.
God damn it.
Making a comeback.
4-4. Oh, here's one. Thousands of years into the future, men exist only in deep space. Brutally opposed by a merciless alien race, humanity faces an uncertain destiny as it unlocks the secrets of the universe in search of the ultimate truth.
I want to say Xenosaga.
Yep, that's it.
Oh.
There we go.
Nice. I have no idea what those games are about, so I know
It's the
there's
only
mechs or
RPG I know.
something.
Yeah, it's the only RPG I know that's in space. So it's like...
I thought you people would talk like Star Ocean.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like,
Starship
was
might
really-
be in space. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
I was thinking of Xenoblade Chronicles X because like you have to get on your spaceship and leave at the beginning of the game or whatever. I'm like maybe it's that, but no.
Restore the Blank. In the midst of an unending war, Blank leads a mission that goes horribly awry, yeah. However, the mystical Blank, he discovers a way to go to the intersection of time itself to rewrite past events. Can he thus...
Ready Historia.
Yep, there you go. So it's 6 to
Not
4
too many
now.
time. Yeah, it's not too many time travel games.
Wield the power of the Blank and to fulfill your destiny. A fantastical world filled with ancient magic, mystical lore, and unspeakable curses and a diabolical plot. Combine split-second timing and skillful combat strategy to master the Blank's powerful and stackable attacks.
I think I know what it is. Okay.
Yep.
Xenoblade Chronicles?
It is not.
Damn.
Strategy. I can't say this word.
Okay.
Utilize your companions to dominate combat with devastating multi-character combos.
Oh, the Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
It is not.
Oh, really? Okay.
Combo.
Wielding a mystical something.
This next quote might give it away, so I'm going to let you think about it for a little bit.
Can you read it again?
Wield the power of the Blank to fulfill your destiny. A fantastical world filled with ancient magic, mystical lore, and unspeakable curses. And a diabolical plot. Combine split-second timing and skillful combat strategy to master the Blank's powerful, stackable attacks.
Split-second timing.
I want to say Bravely Default?
Nope.
And then you have to wield some kind of weapon.
Fight as a Blank and transform into more than 20 astonishing creatures.
Ben 10? I don't know.
Transform into creatures.
Transform into creatures. Transform. A main character that can transform. What the frick is that? I feel like I'm gonna kick myself if I don't get this one.
I know.
Goddamn.
Huh. Legend of Dragoon?
Nope.
No.
Oh wow. You can transform. 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 No.
Into different forms too, not just one.
Yeah. Have I played? Do you think I played this?
I think you have.
Shit.
Do you know I played this?
I don't think you have, but you've heard of it.
Okay.
I've played it.
You've played it.
I've streamed it.
You've streamed it even. Wow, okay.
I am gonna ask for a hint.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask for a platform.
PS2.
PS2.
I don't think you could. No, I think it was only one form.
Can you transform into on PS2? Is it Jade Cocoon 2?
It's not, no.
Okay.
Wait, I want to get this one. Hold up. You could transform.
I have one huge hint, but I'm waiting for you to give up. Because it's a pretty big one if you've played the game.
Transformation. Games have to deal with transformation.
I'm like racking my brain for any PS2 JRPG where you transform.
Yeah. Shadow Hearts? Shadow Hearts 2? Yeah!
Oh, wow. Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
I don't know anything about that game, but yeah, good guess. Good guess.
Ooh,
That was a deep cut.
Yeah. I'm so proud of myself.
Nice. Good job.
Wow.
Two more.
Two more.
Okay.
Awaken the adventurous spirit within. Young Blank entered the Blank alone, emerging sometime later without any memory of what transpired there or who he is. Now it's time to go back and recover those lost memories, unraveling an 800-year-old mystery in the process.
Whoa.
Wow. That sounds like a lot.
Because I was going to say Radiant Historia, but we already had that, so that's not it. So he's got... Is it E's Memories of Celceta?
There you go.
Wow. I thought it was E's, but I'm like, E's 8 doesn't have anything to do with... Because I remember in E's, he keeps having these old memories, so... That's the name.
All right, here we go. Last one. Discover the secret that will unravel an empire. As war looms on the horizon, the mighty Blank begins a campaign to subjugate its neighbors. The small kingdom of Blank was once such neighbor, and it's here that our tale begins. In a fight for freedom, fallen royalty and unlikely allies must struggle to liberate their homeland, trace the mysteries behind the empire's invasion, and unmask the players in a drama of justice and betrayal.
Whoa.
Oh. I want to say Final Fantasy 12.
Yep.
Yes! I was looking on my shelf and I was like, wait a minute, let me see. It sounds like Final Fantasy 12, but I don't think they had a popular... Oh, yeah, it did. I reversed the cover. Final Fantasy 12.
I don't know if it's that one, though. This is the PS2 one.
Oh, okay, never mind. All right. Yes.
Nice.
All right. Shadow wins the first back of the box of this season of Giant Sword Podcast.
That was fun. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I wish I thought this myself.
I like that game. It's a fun game.
All right. So, what has everyone been playing? Taylor, I know you've been playing something, and I really want to know your thoughts on something.
Okay.
You've been playing, or you were playing, Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Because he was playing the game. What happened? Uh-oh.
You know what's really funny? I stopped playing at the same exact spot I stopped playing the Wii U version. Wow. It's right before Chapter 5. It just, to me, like, you know, on paper, it's a Persona game, right? Like, you do a dungeon, there's character stories, the battle system is, like, straight out of Persona with weaknesses and follow-up attacks and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, whether it's the lack of polish or the characters, I don't know what it is, but, like, the formula just gets stale in Tokyo Mirage Sessions after a certain point. So I'm, like, 20 hours in, like I said, right about to start Chapter 5, and I'm just bored. Every time I look to start the game up, I'm like, I don't want to do this. So it just seems to... And it's so funny because I know this is exactly where I stopped the last time because somebody was talking about the next dungeon, and I'm like, I don't remember that. So it just... To me, it just runs out of steam kind of at this same part, so...
What's going on in Chapter 5? What's the dungeon in Chapter 5? Or was that the dungeon right now?
So the dungeon I just finished was the one where it's like a TV studio and like there's displays on the screen. You have to go into the right room, and then there's like the floor panels where you have to walk around the floor panels, and some of them are like traps and some are walls and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So the one after that, I guess, is there's like a lot of backtracking or something. Like you have to flip switches and do a lot of backtracking. I haven't started it yet, but I heard somebody. Or I read somebody talking about it on Twitter. I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, I feel like you have to go back to previous dungeons and unlock some doors.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm not sure, but yeah, so it's just burned out for you. Like you just like you don't have any interest to go back.
Well, to me, like there's zero hook to the main story. It's just like there's something happening in the Mirage realm. I don't know, but they don't drop any hints ever. There's no, foreshadowing. There's nothing. It's just like, well, I don't know. We just got to keep going, I guess. So to me, there's nothing to keep me going with the story. I like the characters though. The characters are cool. I like their little interstitial stories. The combat is fun, but I don't know. It's just every time I think about playing it, I'm just like, I don't want to play that right now. So. Yeah, I may go back and finish it because there's a lot of time between now and the next game that I want to play. So I put that down and I started playing Final Fantasy VII, OG, obviously, Final Fantasy VII on PS1. No remaster, no speed up. So I got I busted out my PS2 and my memory card and all that.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. And it's been fun. It looks terrible on a flat screen. I have a converter, but it still looks terrible. But I think that's part of playing it, is just like reveling in its ugliness. Like I just got to Cosmo Canyon. And there's that part where you're climbing up Cosmo Canyon, and in one of the doors, you walk out and you're just like sort of on this ledge, and you walk out and Cloud is literally like 10 pixels, and you can't even tell it's Cloud. I'm like, what is happening? And it's great. I love it. And the problems that I have with a lot of other old JRPGs still show up in 7, but I think it's just the nostalgia carries me. There's not as many long sections of, high encounter rates, and the music, the characters, I don't know, it just really does it for me. So I'm enjoying it.
Nostalgia is a very strong drug.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
And I put out a little tweet the other day that really blew up in an interesting way, but I want to clarify it here in case anybody didn't see it. But whenever people talk about Final Fantasy VII, like, oh yeah, Midgar, it's like a third of the game or like a quarter of the game, and it's like it's not that big. And I said that before, like when they said that the remake was going to be only in Midgar. I'm like, how big's the rest of the game going to be? Because Midgar's not that big. Like I got out of Midgar in less than 5 hours, and the game's like 30 to 40, so like I don't know why people keep saying it's like this giant chunk of the game when it really isn't. So
it absolutely is not. I as a kid, I spent like 12 or 15 hours in Midgar because I was an idiot.
No, I hear you. I mean, it's like obviously it's the biggest location in the game, so it's hard to get easy to get lost in, especially like when you're doing the Don Corneo part. There's like so many different shops to go into, right? Like you go to the Honeybee Inn and the gym where you do all the workout stuff. There's a lot to do,
which they showed off in the new trailer.
Yeah,
I regret watching it because they showed off. I think they showed off too much in that trailer.
Honestly, I said the same thing on my last podcast. I was saying that I do not need to see this trailer anymore. I was like, I had to watch it to be a topic on the podcast, but I watched it. I think it was like 3 minutes or 4 minutes long. I watched like a minute and 30 seconds. I was like, I'm done. I don't need to see nothing else. We're good. All right, just give me the game at this point. I don't like why are we seeing it? I guess for their perspective, it's like advertising. I guess get the game out there. But at this point, everybody and their mom is going to buy this game. We already know. I don't need to see anything else. I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah. If they put another trailer, I'm not going to watch it because in this one, they not only did they spoil what Red 13 looks like if anybody cares or hasn't seen it yet, but they show Red 13. They show bosses that were not bosses in Midgar before. I'm like, oh wow, they're really changing the story. Yeah. So I won't say what it is because I was mad that it got spoiled for me. But there are bosses that show up in Midgar that are not in the original game. So yeah, they're definitely changing it up, or they're trying to put more into the story in this first part. Like obviously Sephiroth, he's not really in Midgar, so he's going to be a bigger part in the remake. I'm guessing it's
going to be a boss battle with him, at least one. Yeah,
right.
I'm guessing they're going to have more. Yeah, at the end, and I'm guessing they're going to have like 2 extra reactors we need to destroy.
Because they when they re-revealed the game last year, there's a scene where Cloud and Jesse are like on a motorcycle fight, like in the train tunnel. So like that's new, right? There's a shot in that same trailer where they're parachuting, and that doesn't happen till like disc 2 or something in the original game. So it's like all the Avalanche guys are parachuting. I'm like, why are they parachuting? So, they're definitely going to be adding a lot for sure. So I'm very curious to see how they structure it all and how they spread stuff out.
I'm interested to see the Avalanche. Is that a spoiler?
I mean, it's a 23-year-old game. I mean,
I'd be like, I think there's going to be a lot more emotional impact for that whole section. It's going to be interesting. So yeah, they can really pan out that section if they want. That's an interesting point.
No, I think that's a good point. I think they should do that, right? Because all those 3 characters, like 2 hours into the game, you barely get to know them, and you're like, oh well, okay. Wedge, you're just a fat idiot. I don't really care about you, So yeah, I hope they give you more time to spend with those characters so you actually care about them, and that's impactful. Yeah.
Because this game is supposed to be what, 25 hours or maybe 40 hours? I said it was going to be 25 to 40. I'm not sure. They say it's a full game.
Yeah, so the thing they equated it to, and maybe they were just saying this, but they said that, think of it as like what they did with the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. Like it's going to be the length of a full game, whatever that means. So, 25, 30 hours. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Square Enix, I can't trust them too much. So I'm going to say 25 hours.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad. That wouldn't be.
Gives you time to play Persona 4 Royal, right?
That's true.
There you go.
Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm.
All right. Shout out, what have you been playing?
I gotta be honest. I am so in between games right now. It's not even funny. Oh my god. There's so many games that I started and I'm ashamed to say that I dropped them for the most part. I got Star Ocean First Departure on Switch.
Yes.
I literally stopped playing it. I don't know why.
Okay, I was playing it and I'm like, this just feels like a budget Tales game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
that's basically what it is.
And I'm
That's
like,
what it is, yeah.
That's like, this has all the problems a 3D Tales game has because the battle system's in 3D. And I'm like,
do you? I don't know how far you're in that game, but do you see how easily you can get ragdolled? Like enemies can just hit you and just spam you so hard, and you're dead in an instant.
That happened to me at the beginning of the game, actually, where I was like, I was playing Tales. I was trying to block with Square and everything, and I was just getting comboed, and I died. And I'm like, oh, okay.
And the enemies, they purposely try to they go behind you, they run behind you if you're dealing with an enemy in front of you. I'm like, yeah. And then the AI doesn't know that, so they're just gonna fight what's in front of them, and then the enemy is slowly gonna come behind them and just completely just ragdoll them. I'm like, you guys are useless. Why am I using you guys? But when I started using more skills because I was hoarding all the skill points, then it started to become a little bit more manageable. But still, and then the high encounter rate, it's ridiculous. I just dropped that game. I'm ashamed to say that I sort of pseudo dropped Atelier Ryza. Didn't finish that one. I'm mad at myself for that.
Are you still waiting for mods?
No, all the mods are out. The ones that I wanted, they're out. But now the game updated and I gotta redo the whole process, which is just annoying. And I don't know if I feel like doing that. I'm kind of sort of playing Yeast 8, which I'm not really playing that. I haven't played that in a week. So I'm really playing Shin Megami Tensei 4 on 3DS, emulator. That's the one I've been playing for the past couple of days, and that's really it. I have not been playing anything. And there's no game coming out soon that I want to play. The whole month of February, I'm good.
Have you beat Ys 8 before, or is this your first time playing it?
No, this will be my first time playing it.
Oh, what system are you playing it on? PC?
PC, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's one of my favorites this gen. I would stick with it if you can. It's fun.
Yeah, I should probably stick with that one because I'm already playing. I'm playing Nocturne. I'm playing that full time. Full time as in once or twice a week on stream. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just go back to Yeast 8 and just leave Shin Megami Tensei 4 for later. But yeah.
I mean, Ys 8's not that long. I can beat it in 2 hours.
Shut up, Taylor.
Wait, really?
I know how to speed run that game, so I can beat it in 2 hours. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh okay. Shit.
Yeah, if you're curious, I have a full run on my channel where I beat it under 2 hours for the first time. So there's 2 or 3 really cool skips in that game that are really fun to watch. So yeah, I would check that out. If nobody watching has ever seen an Ys 8 speedrun, you should watch it. It's fun.
It's so ridiculous.
Okay, so there's essentially you let your characters fly, right? Because what happens in the game is you could switch to characters on the fly, so you map certain actions to 2 different buttons. So you jump and then you keep switching characters and they just fly. It's awesome.
Oh wow.
It's really fun, yeah.
So you just go all across the map, to all the important places and just end the game.
Yeah, I mean you can't. They've done faster speedruns now, which aren't as fun to watch or play. But there are certain sections that you skip hours. So have you got? Oh God, what's his name? I can't. The guy with the anchor. I forget his name. You get him at like the beginning of the game with the green hair.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah.
So there's that section you fight that dinosaur boss, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a wall there, right? So as soon as you beat him, you can turn around and there's a wall, but you need climbing gloves to climb up it. But instead, in the speedrun, you just hover over it and you skip like I don't know how many hours.
See, that's interesting. You say that, mention that. I mean, like, is that really a speed run at that point? I mean, technically, but it's like you're kind of exploiting the game to finish the game as fast as possible. Like, would that like still count towards like a record or something like that? I don't know.
Well, with speed runs, I mean, I think that's the whole like they're all breaking the game, right? Like nobody's beating it like legit. It's all glitches and going through walls and stuff.
I think they're called like speed run. Complete speed runs are the ones when they actually play the game. But most speed runs are just breaking the game and trying to beat it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess that's funny. Yeah. I guess I'm more towards a complete speed run. Yeah. So it's like it's more of your skill, I guess, during the boss battles, or you can skip all the boss battles.
No, there's certain boss battles you need. So what happens in that speedrun is there's a couple things. So one, you need this item that the lower the HP you have, the more damage you do. So like you're constantly like sitting at low HP on boss battles, trying to like do more damage, which is kind of risky. And then at one point, so the game's called Lacrimosa of Donna, so the Donna character. At one point, you clone her and you fight with two Donnas at the same time. And you literally, I don't know what happens on the back end to make this happen, but literally, so you have two weapon slots, like an armor slot, an accessory slot, or whatever on all your characters. There's a glitch where you literally every slot is equipped with weapons, so you're fighting with like 5 weapons.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's wild. There's some weird stuff that happens.
Is that still like? Can you still do that, or has that been patched out?
I think so. I mean, this is on the PS4 version. I haven't played it on PC or Switch, but I mean, I'm trying to think when I did that speed run. That was like last fall. So
okay, so they may have updated it. I don't know. That's pretty funny. How bad?
Yeah.
No, it's just funny how bad that game was, like bug wise, back in the day.
Oh yeah, it's come so far. Especially like I'm curious what the PC version's like because I know they've been adding a lot and patching it.
Yeah, it's actually a lot better now. It looks a lot better, and there's no bugs to speak of. No, nothing I've run into.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've never played the game on the new dub, or new translation. I've only played on the...
That's right. They re-recorded the entire thing. That is so wild to me that they did that.
Jesus. How bad must that have been?
And you know what's so funny, too, is we had Sean Shiplock, who does Hummel, who voices Hummel, and he's like, yeah, when I recorded that game, usually I don't do this, but he was sick when he recorded the game initially, and he's like, you know, I hope we never have to re-record it.
Oh, wow.
You can go find that old episode of him saying that, and that's so funny. Like, what are the chances that the one game he's sick that he recorded the voiceover for, yes, sir, we record his dub. That's so funny.
And that's why his voice is so, like, raspy and everything. That's so funny.
Yep.
At least you're getting paid.
Yeah, serious.
Twice for the same game.
Yeah.
All right, so what I've been playing, I'm just like Shadow. I've been not really playing anything. Been in between everything. I've been focusing on playing Street Fighter V for the last like couple months.
Oh,
and I've been practicing that. And then I was at GameStop the other day, and I randomly just bought Fire Emblem Awakening.
Awakening! Wow. Okay.
And I started playing it, and
Great game.
So freaking boring.
What?
I'm
done.
I'm just kidding. I haven't gotten that far into it, but it's interesting. I still haven't really gotten used to it. It hasn't really hooked me yet because I haven't really played a Fire Emblem game since the GBA days, and that's when I was like 12 or 11. But yeah, it's interesting. The only thing I don't like is that you all move at once and then the enemy all moves at once, and that's what a lot of strategy games do. But I'm used to Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics, which uses speed stats, so I like that better. But I can get used to it.
Yeah, you should. If you like that, you should probably try the Devil Survivor games.
Devil Survivor games. Ooh, I want to try that.
Yeah,
The next thing that came, I'm playing Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. So I wasn't able. It wasn't able. It's not out yet in US.
I'm about to say. I was like, wait, that game came out. Like, wait, what? I was like, huh?
So I first I pre-ordered it on PlayAsia, and I was going to get a physical copy of the Japanese version. And then on Twitter, I saw a pro player, because the pros are all over this right now, and I'm like, holy shit, I got to get into this because I want to go to Evo on this game. So, I was playing, or I was just on Twitter, and one of the pros was like, oh, I'm just going to download this on my Hong Kong account, and Hong Kong accounts have English. So I made a Hong Kong account, canceled my pre-order on PlayAsia, and then bought a bunch of PlayAsia, bought a bunch of Hong Kong money from PSN cards, and I just downloaded the game. And I bought the game on my Hong Kong account, downloaded it, and then switched to my main US account. And I'm playing online and playing Grand Blue Fantasy, and it's dubbed and subbed all in English right now.
Wow.
What the hell? I guess it's like different dates and whatnot.
I have no idea why there's a delay, but
That's weird.
It's completely done. So I'm playing it now. The game's really fun. Getting bodied because all the pros are playing right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's what you're supposed to do. In fighting games, you get bodied, and you just lose and lose and lose, and that's how you improve. So I like it. The game's really fun. It's like Street Fighter. It's like a Street Fighter anime game mix. So I like that. And to answer your question, Taylor, about the RPG mode, it is super basic.
Okay. That's what I thought. That's why I didn't bother to cover it on my channel.
So it's just like a beat 'em up. That's all it is. And then the raid bosses are just like a fighting game, but still a beat 'em up. So it's not as in depth as you think it is, but it's fine. That's how you unlock your weapon skins. So you could actually.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
So you could actually just put it on auto mode and have the game play itself, and have everything.
Really?
Yeah. So I saw some streamers doing that just to get the skins. It was really funny.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So there seems to be some controversy behind the game, in which that the game was censored, quote unquote, and to unlock the uncensored skins, you have to actually play the RPG mode, the story mode, and beat it, and then you can unlock the normal outfits, the uncensored outfit.
What outfits were censored?
I think two girls' outfit was censored. I don't remember their names, but yeah, I think they were censored. Like one that has an extra strap on their back or something like that. They're wearing like spats instead of like really, I guess you could say, revealing hot pants. Yeah, I think I can give you a link real quick, but this website is super sus. Let's see. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a censorship controversy around Versus, because I know there's a lot of like Matera, the fox girl or whatever, like she wears pretty revealing clothing.
Yeah, I think that's the one with yeah. Matera and Zeta. Zeta. Okay, yeah, so like my question is to you guys is, I guess if a game has to be censored, is this the best way to go about it? I mean, to have the game unlock, to be able to unlock the uncensored outfits?
I mean, that's a way to do it, I guess. I mean, if I'd rather that than have it be censored. Like if there's a way to get around it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because this way, people who are looking at it, I guess, in a normal, casual way at tournaments, if the creators are afraid of the women being too scantily clad, they'll be in those censored outfits. But if you're actually playing the game and you want to see that stuff, you can just play the game and unlock it.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, the game's not that long. RPG mode's not that long.
Yeah, see? So...
And it's just, yeah.
By not that long, how long is not that long? Like an hour or two, or
no? It's like 10 hours, 15 hours.
Oh,
okay. Yes, that's okay.
I'm not even kidding. I think I'm going to buy the game just for that. Well, because I saw somebody, I was watching a video, and this is the thing that would hook me, is there's like mobile game-esque like missions, like, oh, beat this boss 10 times or kill 10 people with Matera or whatever. So it's like almost like a trophy list within the game.
And then you get draw tickets, and you draw for weapons with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's like a gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, there's a gotcha part of it.
Which is funny because like the mobile game is just full of that. That's so funny that they put that in.
That's
that main.
funny. I didn't know. Wait, is that what he was doing? Was he grinding to unlock? Because he's playing as Zeta. So I wonder if he was grinding to try to unlock the other costume.
Yeah, I think that's probably what he was doing. But I was hard to just beat the game. I'm not sure. That doesn't surprise me. That
I mean,
should be in Scramble.
I mean, if you beat, I mean, it's still like lewd, because if you beat with Zeta, if you use her super Scarbound art, her clothes get like ripped to shreds. So she's all like ripped to like her clothes are all messed up, and like you just see like her bra on and everything like that. So it's like, okay, I get it.
So now I definitely have to beat the game.
No, you don't need to beat the game to get that. You just have to beat. You have to beat the match, the set, with their Super Sky art to see it. Let me see.
Well, I'm curious to know if they have a character pass coming. That always rubs me the wrong way when like the game comes out and then like they already have DLC characters ready to go. But especially because the roster is not that big. But like, I'm curious if the DLC characters will get RPG mode stuff, or if you can play as them, or if they have their own little story or whatever.
It's funny because Digita, is that her name? Jita?
Yeah, Jita or something like that. Yeah,
Jita and Narmaya are all in the game. Like, there's art everywhere in that game already. So I have a feeling that they were already being completed. They're already been worked on, but they had to release it. So that's why you already see like an intro for Narmaya.
That's one of the things about fighting games I'm just starting to just accept, unfortunately, that the characters they got in mind, they're already done to trickle them out. They're just holding them back, and that this is just it's a norm now, unfortunately, basically. And I think this all started with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, with the characters being in the game and they're just being unlocked. But games that are coming out now are still doing that technically. So I don't know. I think everybody's accepted it at this point. That fighting game comes out, it's going to be a season 1 and a season 2, and it's going to be 5 characters or something like that, and you just got to wait for it to come out. So, I'm not the biggest fighting game fan to die on this hill, so that's where we are.
We're gonna see like what she normally looks like is in the game, and then we do the Skybound art. That's what she looks like afterwards.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Sure. It's funny because the characters like reference. Lil Wayne is kind of like the joke character of the game, and when he sees you, he's like, "Oh, use your Super Skybound art on me so I can see your what's it called? Wardrobe malfunction." It's like, and well, that's what happens. And I like Lil Wayne because he's such a joke character, because if he beats you in the game, the victory screen like goes out from the game and it's just him and his buddy sitting at a bar talking, and it just shows that all the fights that are going on with Lil Wayne are just in his head, stories that he's making up. They're not really happening.
That's funny.
So he's just bragging to his friends about him. It's really...
So I have another question. So you've actually played the mobile game, or like the browser version of the mobile game. Is the story from the mobile game the same as the RPG mode story, or is it kind of different?
I never really played the story in the mobile game. I don't think so, because they know all these characters already.
Okay.
Like all the characters. It's a typical fighting game story where it's like, oh, I lost my memory and now I'm gonna fight you. Because yeah.
Because I thought, like, this is the West's like introduction to Grand Blue in a lot of ways. Like, of course the mobile game is available in English, but you can't like go to the App Store and download.
Yeah, that's
like,
why I was just about the question. Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
You could. There's a way to play it in English and get the app on your phone and update and all that stuff. You can do it. I did it, but it's just I don't know why they haven't released it. You know,
that's weird. Why haven't they released it? Is there some type of deal in place or something like that?
No idea. Maybe they'll release it now with all these games coming out.
They should.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think they definitely should. You know, between Versus and Relink, like God knows when that's going to come out. But you know, I think people, you know, they're going to start building an audience now and. As well.
I wonder if it's because Fate Go's Gacha game came out already, and they're like, "Well, there's no way for us to compete anymore."
That's kind of true. Yeah, it'll be pretty hard to
because it's so huge.
Yeah. I'm addicted to Fate Grand Order. I ain't gonna lie. I wish Fate Grand Order got the fighting game from Arc System Works than this game. I hope that's the next game.
It's coming. No, I want them to make a Tales versus game.
I think we're gonna get a Persona 5 arena before we get
any of those. Yeah, I mean, there's already 2 character fighter passes for Grand Blue, so I don't know how long they're going to.
Damn, 2? God damn! Man, these people don't care.
All right, so let's do some questions. There's not that many. The first 2 are just saying, when am I gonna make cooking videos? I don't know whenever I do. You've already got one, so. Abram says, no one plays JRPGs. How do you fix the problem? I think people need to have their hand held through most games. Need their hand held through most games. Be generous with XP gains and get rid of all the multiple endings. Sometimes when a game has multiple endings, it makes me not want to play the game.
Interesting. So his question is, how do we get more people into JRPGs? Is that what he's asking?
Yes, and he just pretty much just said, let's dumb down JRPGs.
I mean, that's pretty much what Final Fantasy's been doing for a while.
I mean, that's what JRPGs have been doing. That's the trend, making the game really easy.
Yeah, making them really accessible.
I mean, the biggest JRPG franchise out there is Pokemon. It doesn't really get any easier than that, right? So, I don't really count Pokemon when it comes to JRPGs. I would think Final Fantasy at the end of the day. I mean, it technically is, but like when it comes to being a JRPG, I don't count Pokemon that much. I mean, I think it's got to be like a gateway drug, right? Like, you know, like Pokemon, right? Like you gather a party, you grind, you explore, you level up, you get new abilities. So like the core is there, but then obviously it's not the same as like a Final Fantasy or whatever. But
there's no power of friendship.
That's true. Well, I mean, you have your friendship with your Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, because I think here's what I found really interesting about starting to replay Final Fantasy VII. I mean, that game is 23 years old. That game has a great opening. It gets you started like immediately. There's none of this like, let me introduce you to the world and let me do this and that. It just like throws you into it. The story gets going right away. I think JRPGs have a huge problem with like taking hours to get going, you know? And I think if they could have stronger openings, that might get people to play more.
Yeah, Falcom. Wait. Yeah, old Falcom.
Because even like, I think Atlas is even trying to address this, right? Because in Persona 5, you start off in the middle of a heist and then it's like a flash forward or whatever.
Yeah, but even Persona 5 had some like, after that, it's like, it's still mellow out before you even get to the first dungeon. A half hour to an hour almost.
I mean,
totally, you're definitely right there.
I mean, Tokyo Xanadu has the same thing. I think that it's just in general. It has the Trails. Well, Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 3 have the whole flashback thing, where there's a big battle going on and it flashes back to where the game starts. So that's the one way to do it. You have to introduce the audience to the world. So there's always going to be that long setup.
I think but if we want to make them more accessible, you gotta throw them right into it and not like have like I don't agree with how the Trails games do it. Yeah, they throw you into this battle for like 30 minutes, and then it's like 2 or 3 hours of cutscenes and whatnot. Yeah. I think the way Final Fantasy VII does it is maybe it's because it was on limited hardware or something like that. But you really need to the opening. You got to throw people right into it.
So
and they don't know what's going on and stuff like that. But as you play the game, it should be easy to follow, I guess you could say.
So what you're saying is they need to bring back your village being destroyed trope.
That's right. That's right.
You need to leave to get some mushrooms, and when you come back, village is on fire, and then you have to fight the main enemy right at the beginning.
I mean that works. That keeps my interest. I ain't gonna lie. But I forgot what game was it that it was really bad, and I was like, "Fuck! I don't feel like going through the introduction again." I can't remember what it was.
I know Tokyo Xanadu's introduction's really long.
Yeah, that's a crime because if I had time, I would play Tokyo Xanadu. What game was it? I don't know, but yeah, long intros is part of it. They need to throw us right into it and get us started.
Do multiple endings throw you off as well? That's the second part of this question.
It kind of turns me off because then I have to open up a guide and tell all right, how do I get the true ending? Because that's the only thing. If I gotta open up a guide to get a true ending, that's annoying as hell. But they don't turn me off per se. Just if the ending is as obvious as Persona, like Persona games have a choice in which, Persona I think 4 and 5 give you the choice to end the game really early, and you know that's not all there is.
The bad ending.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Ending.
Yeah.
Do you remember
then I don't mind it.
Do you remember when I got the bad ending for Persona 5?
I couldn't believe it. I remember when you told me, I'm like, it's so obvious. How did you get the bad ending?
I was just like, maybe he was playing a trick on me. I don't know.
Oops.
Yeah, it's the games. I've never seen a game that had such stupid, complicated, convoluted true ending requirements other than Record of Agarest War 2. But yeah, never have your true ending requirements be that convoluted. It's ridiculous. But yeah, multiple endings doesn't, for the most part, doesn't do anything to me.
Yeah, I mean, me neither, because here's what inevitably ends up happening. Somebody will just post it on YouTube, and so I'm like, well, I'll get the ending I get, and then I'll watch the other ending on YouTube or something. But like,
yeah, it's true.
A lot of other games, I'm trying to, besides like Kingdom Hearts is obviously pretty infamous for having different endings, but I'm trying to think of other JRPGs that have like multiple endings. That's usually a Western RPG thing. I can't really think of any.
The only ones I really know is Persona. I know. Kingdom Hearts has multiple endings, but it's not like you just have to do. You're right. No, Kingdom Hearts has multiple endings because they get certain endings. You have to play on the harder difficulties, or you have to do a certain thing. I know Tokyo Xanadu just has endings, multiple endings, because you just do the main game, and then you do the DLC, and then you do the next episode.
Yeah.
So those are 3 endings.
What about Fire Emblem 3 Houses?
That's interesting. That one I've been torn on because I played one playthrough. I'm like, well, I want to see the other endings, but that's such a long game. I don't know if I want to play through a whole 40 more hours.
That's right? That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point then. That's a good point.
That does add to replayability on the game, but it definitely does turn me off to play the game over again. I ain't got time to be playing games over again unless I absolutely love them from top to bottom.
Yeah.
So
that's when you YouTube it. That's when you YouTube it. So Josai Otaku, in the wake of the revival of GSP, Giant Sword Podcast, do you see a long, fruitful comeback? In other words, do you have the roaring JRPG beast burning deep in the depths of your soul? Maybe in March and April, when all those games start coming out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Right now, it's just I'm just playing catch up and fighting games.
Yeah, the beginning of 2020 has been shockingly kind of slow. Like last year, it was just like we had Resident Evil 2 remake and all this stuff, and like the first game. I bought Tokyo Mirage Sessions, but the next game I'm thinking of getting is not till Rune Factory, which again is a remaster re-release. But then, yeah, it's been, I don't know, it's a slow.
Yeah. I think we gotta.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I think we gotta enjoy this downtime, because when they all start coming out, you gotta be like, oh, I have so many games to play.
Oh, I know. Like you were saying, March and April is going to get wild because another game that we haven't mentioned is the Trials of Mana remake, which I'm really excited about. That comes out in April.
That comes out in April. Yeah. Ah, damn.
Yeah, right. So it's a wild time. I mean, there's a lot of games that are just hanging out there. Like Soccer Wars just got a rating on ESRB, so that game could be coming soon. I'm really excited for that game. I think that game is going to surprise a lot of people.
When does I'll probably look it up right now. When does Landgressor 1 and 2 come out?
I think that's March.
That's March too, right? Jesus Christ, man.
So this is what I got. This is what in February 25th I got Mega Man Zero ZX Collection and Rune Factory 4. And then on March 30th I have RPG Maker NV.
Oh wow, okay.
And then Grand Blue Fantasy Versus on March 3rd, and April 10th is Final Fantasy 7, and then I got Doom.
Wait, so you bought the Hong Kong version, which has all the English in it, and you're going to rebuy Grand Blue Fantasy again?
I need to get the DLC.
Oh, can't you just buy the DLC pass or whatever?
No, because I have to buy it in Hong Kong money, and that just costs more money. Like, more than it would normally cost.
Well, I mean, are you going to end up paying more buying the game again and the DLC pass?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
it's fine. It's fine.
It's your money.
It comes with awesome art and the soundtrack. I'm good.
Okay. You got it.
Yeah. I was looking into it. I was going to cancel it, but I was like, oh, you got to freaking do more shit to get more stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to I don't want to import stuff again.
Gotcha.
Okay, I got 3 weeks to beat Landgressor 1 and 2. I can do that.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
I wonder how long those games are, because they're old games.
They're old games. Yeah, I hope they're like 25 hours long. I can deal with that.
All right, Josiah. Just saying, Giant Sword Podcast is starting up again, and we're going to be back, and we're not going to be any more delays.
You got it, Chief.
You said it, Nick.
Yeah. It's all up on me. Abram, again, ever thought of doing anything more anime related, like character analysis and such? I'm not much of a person to go deep down into analysis of characters. I just talk about what I like. I'm not much to do that. I mean, we could talk about anime again if you want to do that. Have you guys been watching any anime?
I've been watching Vinland Saga.
Taylor?
Yeah.
I never watched season 2 of New Game, so I rewatched season 1 of New Game, and now I'm watching season 2. So that's mainly what I've been watching.
And I have been watching the king of all animes, Nekopara.
Oh wow! It's actually on Funimation. I should go check that out. Is it like okay? I'm not gonna say is it good, but is it entertaining enough?
Well, I've played all the visual novel stuff, so I know all the stories. It's just cute stuff happening. That's all it is.
It's the plot. It's the plot
or whatever.
What? The plot is new. Yeah, the plot is about they found a lost cat and they're wondering.
Oh no! I'm talking about the quote unquote plot.
There's no ecchi stuff in there.
Okay, there's no point in watching.
There's some fan service, which I'll show you some fan service, but it's not the point of it.
Okay, fair enough.
It's just very cute. And, yeah, something to watch.
I was also watching interspecies reviews.
See that you're giving me crap about Necropara. Now you're watching that show.
So okay, I've only recently been hearing about this. So apparently Funimation bought the rights to it, not knowing it was an actual hentai, and then they canceled it or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on as I watch more. See Funimation's point, because people are primarily saying like, how did Funimation grab this show and didn't know what it was about? Well, the manga isn't as explicit as the anime is, so which is pretty interesting. So they probably looked at the manga and was like, oh, this isn't too bad. They're not showing too much stuff. But then they realized as episodes of the anime airs that it's getting a little more ranchier for each episode. And they're like, okay, no, this falls outside of our standards.
Wow. And then I heard it got canceled even in Japan or something.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that. That
Or it got taken off TV or something. Like,
Oh wait, I think I just heard about that. Yeah.
I mean, in old school Japan, you know, back in the 90s and 80s, that would have been acceptable. But now they're very strict about their stuff. That's why you don't see as many boobs in anime anymore, or blood. To be,
it's not even that bad. The episodes I've watched, I don't know how bad, but it's like it's not. Okay, it's basically take all the ecchi moments of a really crazy ecchi anime, and then I guess put them in for like most of the parts in this one. It's weird, but I feel like I've seen more ecchi anime that go in the past. I feel like that this one is recent, therefore more eyes are on it, and I guess, you know, the current climate of everything, Twitter, how like people are like, what's the words I'm looking for? SJW? I don't want to say that.
Woke or whatever.
Yeah, well, there you go. Woke. Yeah. You know, people,
overreacting.
Yeah, exactly. People live for overreactions, and people live for just like saying, "Oh, that's too lewd. That's too much. Nobody should be doing that." I'm like, they're drawings, first of all.
Yeah, okay, Taylor, look in the lewd section and look at what Oz posted.
Okay. At the bottom.
Not the bottom, but that's also a thing. Oh wait, there's new stuff. There's something that Abe posted.
Oh, Jesus,
that's from the show.
Wait, is that from what? Is that what Abe posted?
Abe posted. That's also from the show. But if you scroll up, and you're gonna see Oz say they actually animated this. That's actually way up there. That's from the show as well.
Oh, I want to see this. Where is that? What am I looking at?
I'll give it to you after the.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
After the thing.
Interesting. Well, I mean, is it any worse than like High School DxD? And I mean, that show is on Crunchyroll, and there's just straight up nudity in that show.
Yeah, and I feel like New Testament of Devil or whatever it's called. That's even worse. Mm-hmm. That anime is just straight up insane.
We went on a good tangent on that. All right, last one's for Taylor. Taylor, Are you ready to jump into Monster Hunter World yet? Iceborne is still great.
No, that's not going to happen. I think the time has come and gone for me in Monster Hunter. I had fun with it. It was great. I put over 100 hours into it, but I tried to get into it. Like I booted up my file before Iceborne came out, and I was messing around with it, but if they do a Monster Hunter World 2, which I'm sure they will, for how well this one sold, then I'll jump in on that. But yeah, I'm kind of done with it.
You can't go back because there's too much stuff coming out.
Yeah, there's too much stuff coming out. I don't know. I just lost. I'm like so far behind from everybody too. You know, like I think part of the fun was everybody was playing it at the same time and getting strong at the same time. But when everybody's so far ahead, like nobody wants to run weak monsters with you. You know, so. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Woo! All right. This is the end of the comeback of the revival of Giant Sword Podcast. It's a long episode. It's 2 hours long.
Jeez.
But yeah, thanks for being patient with us. We're back. Join our Discord. The links are going to be below. It's a lot of people in there who talk about anime, JRPGs, fighting games, all sorts of games. We're all there. And yeah, we'll be back every 2 weeks. So we're not weekly. We're every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. So yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for joining us.
See ya.
Peace.